na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Y'all! What's cracking, y'all? I just had to get a little something out the safe. Boy, you can't see them just yet, dude. I had something fall into my lap past couple days. Thanks to a special someone, I figured it would be the perfect end of the year vision for 2024 to cap it off, literally. You'll see why in a sec. Do a little toast to y'all. Okay, we're gonna be drinking today. Okay, that's what we're gonna be doing.
I declare him to be an outlaw!
What's cracking, y'all? Outlaw back, another gosh dang bidja. Now, before I get started, I got my name on the YouTube from doing dip bidges, okay? And most of the people over the years that watched me and subscribed didn't even dip. They just enjoyed watching the vidges. For entertainment purposes, I reckon. That's what I've heard, I guess. The dip stuff just, as most of you know, hasn't really done well for me anymore. You know, my channel got demonetized. The FDA came after my company. You know, a lot of other stuff that just, well, you know, I feel determined. I feel like the past 5-6 years that all this crap has been happening to me, I've had to have a lot of determination to keep going, you know? And it's hard, man. It's hard. We just uploaded a video the other day on some nasal snuff. YouTube didn't like that one very much either. But when it comes to something like this, that liquid gold bourbon, YouTube doesn't care as much. So it got me thinking, and I love bourbon. Actually, I love all types of spirits. It's been getting me thinking the past couple weeks that maybe I need to transition myself into the spirit industry. I'm filled with spirits. Even evil spirits. You better freaking subscribe, you son of a dick. Gosh dang it, Diane. Oh, I'm so sick of her. Yeah, we're going to try this out today. You know, I've done vidges on spirits before, bourbons, tequilas, and things like that. But today we're going to be doing something very special because it is the end of 2024. I've got 2 bourbon releases that released this year. Well, actually, they get released every year, most of the time. These are 2 of the rarest bourbons in the world that got released in 2024, and I got my hands on them. I don't even know how. Maybe it's because of one person, and I got to shout him out right now, my man ADHD Whiskey. Matt Porter over there at ADHD Whiskey. Him and I actually just did a video together in the same freaking spot a couple weeks ago. Make sure to go check it out on his channel. I'll put his link in the description box below. You can thank him for this video that we're doing today because he had some samples left and decided, hey man, why don't you make a video for yourself? And that's exactly what I'm doing. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys know a lot about bourbon or not, but I'm just letting you guys know this is the rarest bourbon, well, 2 of the rarest bourbons in the world for 2024. These are them, and they were released this year, and I have not tasted them whatsoever. We are talking about George T. Stagg and William Larue Weller. These are a part of the BTAC line, the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection line, that release once a year, and this is the 2024 version. Secondary market for these bottles, obviously they don't come like this. These are sample bottles from Buffalo Trace that were sent to Mr. Matt himself, and he's letting me have a little sip myself. I haven't even tried these yet, and believe it or not, I have never tried William Larue Weller in my entire life. I've had George T. Stagg, a bottle of myself from last year, 2023, and I think in this video, we might actually compare the 2024 to the 2023. I got to call my friend Glenn over and my friend Karen, all right? We got some Glenn Karens here. This is the perfect device for sipping your bourbon juices, and that is what we're going to do today. Now, these 2 are actually a pretty high proof. We're going to start with the lowest proof, which is William Larue Weather at, I don't know why I keep saying weather. I'm still under the weather a little bit, so apologize. Let's see if we can get a little zoom in on this action here. We're looking at 125.8 proof. Sorry, I had to spit it out real quick. and 25.8 proof on this William Larue Weller. Now, I would say a dream bottle for any bourbon enthusiast out there is always going to be a WLW. I've always heard so many amazing things about this bourbon right here, and I've never had it. And I'm going to take my opportunity right now, and we're going to crack that some dick open and pour some in my friend Glenn. Here we go. Just a little bit. We don't need a whole lot because I still want to save some. Man, that just looked like straight maple syrup coming out of there, dude. Holy. Oh, I get the smells on it. God dang, boy. All right. What I like to do is when I put a bourbon in my Glen, I swish it around there and then I roll my glass. Especially on a bourbon like this, I want to roll my glass and I want to get all those aromas up in my nostril hairs. I want it sticking there, baby. Yeah. All right, let's go in for a sniff. WLW 2024, 125.8 proof. Dude, I'm I'm a little giddy right now. Here we go. Let's get a sniff. Oh man, oh my gosh, man. Holy, just so much it's like we get like a straight caramel bomb right at the beginning. That's what I'm getting. And then I'm getting a lot of toasty notes. Ooh, almost cherry. That smells so freaking good. Holy smoke. So you're talking, you've got the sweetness right on the front, but the more you sniff it, you get that barrel influence. Man, the aroma is so complex on the nose. It just keeps going and I keep getting more notes. I'm getting a sweet barrel note, a hint of cherry, like a tiny bit of vanilla, and a lot of caramel. Or caramel, if you will. Golly, folks. This just smells absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best bourbons I've ever smelt in my life. And my schnoz ain't doing good right now. It's just getting over this freaking cold. All right, 125.8 proof, 2.8, you know what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and just get us a lick. That is the one. I mean, if anyone has ever been the one, that is the one. Now I know what all the frickin' hype is about. Holy smokes. I gotta go in for another. It's still going. That's the one! Oh my goodness! Dude, this is so complex on my mouth, I don't even know what to say. I'm an imbecile when it comes to this. I have a lot of bottles. I've tasted a lot of bourbons over the years and a lot of tequila. Those are my two faves. That's it. That's the best sip of bourbon I've ever had in my life. And it's on Vigil right here. God, dude, I just wish I could give you a little taste of the glory. I'm going to try to explain to you what this tastes like. Caramel sweetness on the front. Then you get a little bit of the toasty oak. Like a little bit of the toasted oak, just a little toasted oak. It's almost like I don't even know if it's toasted. I know it's not toasted. And then it turns into this light, beautiful, I'm thinking it's cherry. The way it makes my mouth feel, like I haven't felt this since I was a junior in high school. Cassandra was her? Yeah, I forgot we were live in the tubes. Apologize. That's for another tube. You know what I'm saying? If I can ever get my hands on a bottle of this, that is one that I will try to make last forever. That is absolutely insane. Buffalo Trace, you guys I've never had a sip of this in my life. I've always wanted to. I've had opportunities to buy this bottle at, $1,200. Around that $1,200 mark, which is insane. I'm not going to spend $1,200 on a bottle of bourbon. That's what it goes for secondary most of the time. It's like you're looking at $1,000 to $1,200, maybe even more sometimes. This is just out of this world. I don't even know what else to say. The smell transfers to the palate, and then it opens up. 125.8 proof. I don't know why I can't say that. Okay, let me explain something. If you've ever had Knob Creek, Okay. Well, let's just say, should we say any? Let's say Knob Creek, because this is reminding me of a little bit of Knob Creek. Let's say you take like Knob Creek 15 or something like that, all right? You get a little bit of that nuttiness. You get a little bit of a barrel note, a sweet barrel note, but it kind of comes off tannic a little bit. This is like the barrel note of an older whiskey. I don't know how old this stuff is. I didn't even look that up. So you guys can do that for yourself. You get that tannicky on a lot of barrel notes that turn, the front of the palate turns out sweet, like it's a sweet barrel note, and then it just goes tannic, which I get a lot from like a Knob Creek 18 or something, right? It's super oaky, but it turns into like this just nasty, you're just like, it's like a drying tannic note that you don't like. This one, it's like you feel like it's about to go tannic, but it doesn't, it just keeps going sweeter. I mean, that is the most well-balanced bourbon and one of the best flavors I've ever tasted. I could go on for hours about this. Guys, William Larue Dude, what's wrong with me? I should be a freaking weatherman. Welcome back to the 6 o'clock news at 8 o'clock, folks. William Larue Weather, we should call it. This is the best bourbon I ever had, and we just got it on camera. ADHD whiskey. I don't know what I can do for you now. You just gave me an amazing experience. You gave me 2 amazing experiences, and one was meeting you. All right, let's move on. George T. Stagg 2024. Now, I got a bottle last year. This says 2024 on it. It's not. This is 2023. You can see because we have my buddy Kyle put this on here. It was in the year 2024. He just put the year, but it's 135 proof. I don't know if you can see that on the label. 135 proof. Last year's GTS, George T. Stagg, was 135.5, I believe. This year, 2024, it's coming in at 136.1 proof. George T. Stagg, probably one of the most sought after bourbons of all time. Everybody loves these. High proof. You're going to get a lot in the mouthfeel. I'll be honest with you. The first bottle of George T. Stagg that I ever got was 2023, and I wasn't that impressed. I really wasn't. It was just like a kind of one-noter oak note. Didn't go tannic. That's what we know Buffalo Trace is good at doing, especially with their antique collection. But I just wasn't super impressed, you know? Now, I paid MSRP for it. We got it in, my buddy Kyle and I. Let me get the logo out there. Yeah, that beautiful Stagg logo. My buddy Kyle and I had points, and they had a... I got to save a little for him. And they had 23 GTS in the last box. We had enough points to get it, so we did, and we got it at MSRP. All right, let's do our little swish. Do you guys remember swishing in school? Remember that? Remember swishing? You don't remember swishing? They would bring a cart in. You guys remember this? Let me know in the comments if you guys remember this. They would bring carts of like fluoride stuff in or whatever, and you would do swishing. I don't think I ever, well, no, we did it here too in Colorado, but I grew up in southern Missouri in Branson, and I remember every year they would come in, or a couple times a year, they would come in with like these little things, and you would have to swish for like a minute and then spit it out. And it was like fluoride or something. It was crazy. I don't even remember what the heck it was. But let me know if you guys remember that. Freaking swishing. That's what I just called it, man. Rolling our glass here. This is a little higher proof. Now, that was my first bourbon sip of the day, 125 proof, which is on the higher end. Absolutely went down like honey, all right? Now we're moving up about 10 proof to 136.1. George T. Stagg. Let's get in that sniffer, baby. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. Whoa, I didn't think the nose could get freaking better from the WLW, but this smells insanity. The oakiness on this, it's like a dark, like almost like a charred oak. A tad bit of sweetness on the back end, but it's like no bitterness at all. It's just all sweetness on the nose. It smells amazing. I'm getting something else. Is it like banana? You know, I'm not the greatest with notes yet. I hope to be, right? I'm hoping one day that I can take a sommelier class or something and do really well. And maybe it'd be that would be a fun video series, excuse me, I didn't mean to cuss. Holy smokes, guys, get you a frickin' sniff. Just sniff it through the screen. Holy. I don't know why, maybe it's because I got it on that a little bit, but and this is a new glass. I'm getting almost a little bit of a peanut butter, like, on there too. Golly, caramel. I don't know. I just get this amazing barrel note. Smells awesome. Let's get a lick. Wow. Wow. Insane drying feel on my tongue immediately, which I usually will get from an older bourbon. I tried the Heaven Hill 18-year bourbon, Knob Creek 18. I usually get it from like 18-year bourbons. Almost got it with Pappy, I can't remember what I had. Was it Pappy 20? It was the Pappy 20 or something, 23 maybe it was. It's like an instant drying note on your tongue. All right, I can already tell you I like that one better than 23. Oh, it keeps going. Lots of vanilla. Holy smokes, I'm getting lots of vanilla on the finish. We got to go right back into that one. I don't like to wait, baby. Let's get it. Man, dude, should we get a look at these legs here? This looking good. I should have got some age statements on these. Apologize. Maybe. I'm getting better. Let's see if we can see some freaking legs on that glass. I don't know if we can. There's some legs. It's staying up top there, baby. All right, we're going back in. Oh, it's dark. It's rich. Oh, it's so rich. It's weird because the viscosity on this one tastes less. It's less viscous than the WLW. It feels like, but it's like it just evaporates on your tongue, which usually is the wood coming through the barrel. Which then you expect some tannicky notes, like I said with the WLW. This one, nothing. Just keeps going. Straight vanilla, and I keep getting that barrel note on the back end. It's 136 proof, and dude, it's going down like butter. Oh, a little trick if you smell with your mouth open like this. Oh, you can maybe taste it a little bit in the back of your throat, you know what I think? That's what I tell my wife. Apologize. Oh, man. Try to get that picture out of your head. Oh, you know what I think the peanut note is? It's the oak, I believe, that's kind of coming through that kind of tricks your brain into almost thinking that it's like peanuts or peanut butter or something like that. I'm getting a little bit on that. That is absolutely delicious. If you like, and I don't know what the age statement is on the George T. Stagg, but if you like older bourbons and you like that oaky profile, that is your dream pour right there. Those are two of the best pours of bourbon I've ever had in my life. ADHD whiskey, you are the freaking man. I got to save the rest of these for my boy to try himself. I mean, I brought my sample of last year's to I don't even think I'm going to do it. I don't even think I'm going to do it, man. Now, me personally, I would choose the WLW over that. That's an experience I've never went through before. And that flavorful, like, cherry sweet oak note that I got was my favorite that I've ever had. I mean, that's just delightful. The George T. Stagg, best Stagg I've ever had. I probably tasted, I've only had one bottle myself, but I've tasted many of them. So obviously right now trying it, I'm like, that's probably the best one I ever had. I've tried a lot of bourbons this year, and I've bought a lot of very good bottles that were allocated. Russell's 15, Russell's Camp Nelson B, got that one. Big fan of that one, love it. It's like one of the best turkeys I've ever had. Obviously the Russell's 15 as well. Those, especially the WLW, because I just keep remembering that the experience I had in my mouth. I am obsessed with spirits right now, and I have been the past 5 years. You guys should see my collection inside. Maybe we'll go through it one day. But those are two of the best bourbons I've ever had, and those are two of the definitive best bourbons I have had this year on the last day of the year, guys. Insanity. These are dream bottles. And while I'm filming this right now, I'm actually about to go sleep in my truck tonight. And I'm going to wait in line for a long freaking time to try to get up there first, because they usually have a lot of BTAC, which is the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. They usually don't have a lot of WLW. They got a lot of Stagg. If I can get either one of those, I mean, that's a dream come true. That is absolutely insane. Thank you again to ADHD Whiskey. If you guys want to see some more bourbon vidges, let me know in the comments below. I'm starting to stand a little more nasally. I'm hoping to get over this freaking sickness soon. Golly. I hope you guys have been enjoying all the vidges we've been putting out. Man, what do we do? We got like an hour-long truck vidya, rebuilding the truck. We got a Christmas special. We did some nasal snuffers. And now we're getting into the bourbon vidges. And I got tons of spirit vidges. I've got some like unicorn bottles of tequila that probably nobody's ever heard of. I've got some amazing bottles of bourbon that we can go over. If you guys want to see some more bourbon vidges, just like we used to do the dip vidges, let me know in the comments below. I know I've been going for gosh dang how long we've been going. I don't even know. I've been talking too much because I've been talking about two dang good American bourbons right there. I appreciate y'all. Hey, happy freaking New Year coming up. Let's just kill 2025, baby. Do you guys want to see some more bourbon vidges in 2025? Because I am psyched about that. I hope you guys had a great year, and if you didn't, let's fix that in 2025. Let's get it, baby. I appreciate y'all. My name's Outlaw, and I'm out, y'all. Keep it freaking hillbilly.